Dorothy called her daughter every Sunday at noon. It was their ritual, 20 years, never missed. But last spring, something changed. Her daughter still answered, still said, "I love you" at the end. But somewhere in the middle of the calls, she stopped sharing. No more stories about work, no more news about the grandchildren, just short answers, polite, safe, empty. Dorothy told me, "I feel like I'm talking to a stranger who happens to have my daughter's voice." She hadn't done anything dramatic, no big argument, no cruel words, just 7 ordinary phrases, said with love week after week, each one quietly closing a door she didn't know was open. Welcome back to the Parents' Blueprint. This is video 2 of 7. In the last video, we talked about why adult children pull away. Today, we go one level deeper. We look at the exact words, the specific sentences that make your adult child feel judged, controlled, and exhausted. These aren't cruel words. They're not harsh words. They're everyday words, words that come from love. But love delivered through the wrong phrases doesn't feel like love on the other end. Phrase number 1, "I told you so." Your son takes a job that doesn't work out. Your daughter tries a new approach that fails. And before you can stop yourself, it's out. "I told you so. I said this would happen." To you, it's validation, maybe even relief. To your child, it's a verdict. It tells them, next time I have a problem, the last person I should call is my parent. The replacement is simple. That sounds really hard. What do you need right now? 4 words, no judgment, just presence. Phrase number 2, "When I was your age." This phrase turns every conversation into a comparison, and your child always loses. "When I was your age, I had 3 kids and a mortgage. When I was your age, we didn't complain, we just worked." Your experiences are real, your resilience is genuine, but your child's life is not a lesser version of yours. It's a different life, with different pressures, different world. The replacement, that's a challenge I didn't have to face. How are you handling it? You acknowledge their reality, you don't compete with it. Phrase number 3, "Are you sure about that?" Your daughter calls with exciting news, a new job, a new city, a new relationship. Her voice is bright, she's already decided. And the first thing out of your mouth is, "Are you sure about that? Have you really thought it through?" She hangs up the phone and thinks, "I can never just share good news with my mom. It always turns into a question mark over my judgment." The replacement, "That sounds exciting. Tell me more about it." Let her tell you. Let her fill in the details. Trust her enough to have already thought it through. Dorothy was listening to this list when we spoke, and around phrase 3, she went quiet. "I say all of these," she told me, "every single one. I didn't know they were doing this." She wasn't a difficult mother. She wasn't critical or cold. She was warm and devoted, and completely unaware that her words were landing differently than she intended. That's what makes these phrases so dangerous. They don't feel like harm when you say them. They only feel like harm when you hear them. Phrase number 4, "Comparisons with siblings." Your sister calls every Sunday. Your brother never misses a birthday. This phrase does 2 things at once. It makes your child feel like they're losing a competition they didn't know they were in, and it makes every sibling relationship feel like a ranking. The replacement? Nothing. Simply don't say it. If you miss your child, tell them directly, "I've been thinking about you. I miss our conversations." That's honest. That's connecting. That doesn't compare. Phrase number 5, "I don't want to bother you." This one sounds polite, considerate, even selfless. It isn't. When you say, "I don't want to bother you," in that particular tone, with that particular pause, your child doesn't hear, "I respect your time." They hear, "You have already failed me." It's a guilt sentence dressed as consideration, and it works. It creates guilt every single time, until your child starts dreading your calls, not because they don't love you, but because they always end feeling like a bad son or daughter. I've spoken to adult children who said, "When my mom says that, I feel terrible for 2 days. I love her, but I dread Sundays." They don't say this to be cruel. They say it because it's true, and they've never been able to tell their parent. The replacement? "I was thinking about you today. I'd love to catch up when you have a moment." Same feeling, no guilt, just an open door. Phrase 6, "I'm just trying to help." Usually said after advice that wasn't asked for. Your child hears, "I don't trust you to figure this out." Replacement, wait until they ask, then help fully. Phrase 7, "You never visit anymore." Said the moment your child walks through the door. It turns every arrival into an apology, and people stop arriving when arriving feels like failing. Replacement, "I'm so glad you're here. Nothing else. Let the visit be a gift, not a debt." Dorothy tried one replacement the very next Sunday. When her daughter shared something new, instead of, "Are you sure about that?" she said, "That sounds exciting. Tell me more." Her daughter talked for 20 minutes straight about her work, about the children, about a trip she was planning. Dorothy told me afterward, "I didn't lose my daughter, Solon. I just stopped giving her room to come back to me." 7 phrases, 7 open doors. You don't have to change all of them at once. Start with the one that felt most familiar today. Try just one replacement this week. That's enough. That's how it starts. In the next video, video 3 of the Parent's Blueprint, I'll show you the listening method that makes your child want to share everything with you. Not because they have to, because it finally feels safe, and because you've become the person they trust most. Which of these 7 phrases surprised you most? Was there one you didn't expect to see on this list? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. I'm Solon Voss. Take care of yourself, and take care of the people you love. They need you, just maybe not in the way you expect.